Today we're going through the Oregon 35006 muffler, the replacement option for engines that use the Kohler and Briggs & Stratton 39298 style muffler. You will find a link to purchase this and other models at a discount in the description below the video. You can place your order right now. And yes, this is a screen recording format. I usually prefer to show the actual part on camera, but due to some technical limits on my side, you are seeing the product page and close-up images instead.
Did you know that the best discounts on Amazon last only a few hours? That's why I launched 2 channels where I publish the highest discounts on Amazon products in real time every day. Follow the link in the description and subscribe to our Threads and Telegram channels right now to consistently save money on your everyday purchases.
It is still enough to talk through what matters before you spend money on it. First, what this muffler is meant to do. It is designed as a direct style replacement for certain Kohler and Briggs & Stratton applications, often used on lawn tractors, mowers, small garden equipment, and similar horizontal shaft engines. The key selling point is simple. Get OEM-style fit and similar performance at a lower price than branded parts. If your old muffler is rusted out, cracked around the welds, or screaming louder than it should, this is one of the go-to aftermarket choices people look at. On the screen, you can see the basic construction. The body is compact, standard box style, with welded seams and a threaded outlet. What I like here is that, compared to many no-name mufflers, Oregon usually keeps welds more consistent and the flanges flatter, which matters for sealing. The mounting plate and the threads should line up with OEM spec when used on the correct engines. The coating is a basic high-temp finish. It is not some premium ceramic miracle, so expect it to discolor and slowly surface rust over time, especially if you run hot or leave the machine outdoors. But out of the box, it looks clean and functional, not sloppy. Now about fitment, where most people either love it or get angry. Even though this muffler is marketed as a replacement for that 39298 style, replacement does not mean fits every random setup. You have to double-check your engine model, your bolt spacing, and the orientation. If your original muffler was modified, or your mower frame is tight, you may fight with clearance. Some users end up needing different bolts or a new gasket to get a proper seal. If you just bolt it down dry on an uneven surface, you will get leaks, popping, and the feeling that the muffler is junk when the issue is actually the mounting. From a performance and sound point of view, do not expect miracles. The Oregon 35006 is meant to be close to stock. When installed right, the noise level is usually slightly quieter and less harsh than a worn OEM muffler with holes, but it will not drastically change tone compared to a healthy original. If your machine was painfully loud because the old muffler was shot, this one will feel like a big improvement. If you're expecting some performance gain, that is not what this part is about. It is about restoring normal back pressure and keeping exhaust away from your face and the chassis. Durability is where the conversation gets honest. For light residential use and a machine that is stored indoors, this muffler tends to hold up fine for the price. The metal thickness is acceptable, not paper thin like the cheapest imports, but it is still not as heavy as some OEM pieces. On heavily used commercial machines, constant heat cycles and vibration can shorten its life. The first weak points, if they appear, are usually at the welds or around the mounting flange. If you see any black soot lines after a few runs, that is your early warning to recheck bolts and gasket before blaming the muffler body. Another thing to keep in mind is quality variation. Oregon as a brand is generally more consistent than generic white box parts, but it is still an aftermarket unit. Sometimes edges aren't deburred perfectly, paint is a bit thin, or threads feel tight. These are small annoyances, not deal breakers, but if you're expecting OEM perfection out of the box, you may be disappointed. On the flip side, when you match it to the right engine and install it with a fresh gasket and even torque, it usually does exactly what it's supposed to do without drama. So who should pick the Oregon 35006 muffler? If you have a compatible Kohler or Briggs & Stratton engine, your original 39298 style muffler is rusted, and you want a practical, budget-friendly replacement from a known aftermarket brand instead of a random unbranded part, this is a reasonable option. Just be ready to spend a few extra minutes checking part numbers and doing a clean install. If you're extremely picky about longevity, run your machine commercially, or want guaranteed OEM-level fit on the first try, Consider comparing this with the genuine muffler as well and decide if the savings are worth the trade-offs. If this walkthrough helped you understand what you're really getting with the Oregon 35006 muffler, hit like, drop a comment with your experience, and subscribe so you don't miss future honest reviews.